Hey, yeah, oh, 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 yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this past coming week, today is actually Tuesday. I usually do record on Mondays, and I'm recording on a Tuesday. I always upload on Wednesdays or post on Wednesdays. So, this past coming week, I didn't see anything really major. Trump keeps winning, like with the Supreme Court and redistricting. He's putting things, the Republicans are putting the redistricting back to the way it was. The Democrats have been using the gerrymandering to cheat and steal seats for years, and now they're throwing a fit because they can't cheat anymore, according to the Supreme Court. So I saw that. It does seem that people just, some of the channels I watch, it just seems like there's a crap ton of YouTubers and people on X who keep talking about, He-Man, the new He-Man coming out, the Odyssey that's coming out, and what's the other one? Oh, the man doing whatever his face is, Baby Yoda crap. Star Wars movie that's fixing to come out. They're all going to be bad. Sorry, hate to tell you, but it's the truth. Doesn't matter. They're all going to be bad. The writers who wrote them are woke as shit. And anytime you go gender swapping, race swapping, or changing the entire story to fit your narrative, it's going to suck. And all three of these movies do that. So that is my thoughts on those. They're all going to be bad. They're not going to be good at all, because they can't stick with the source material. They want to change everything to fit their view of shit, their narrative. It's dumb. You can't do that to iconic characters. But anyways, that's my thoughts on that. The only other thing I saw is I did watch one of Zach's videos, or you may know him better as Asmongold. Now, Asmongold, I watch him from time to time. I didn't until recently. I started watching him quite a bit. Some of his shit is it's funny as hell. Some of his takes on stuff. I don't watch when he's playing the games or whatever. It's dumb. I'm not into that, watching people playing games. I don't see why there's people that like watching people play games. It makes no sense. Only time I ever check out someone who's playing a game is if I'm playing the same game and I'm stuck in an area and I don't know what to do next. It's the only time. Otherwise, I don't care to watch someone play a game. But there's lots of people who do, and I don't get it. I really don't. Anyways, Asmongold was having a discussion. He's reacting to a video this guy made for him called bird shit or something like that, or poop bird or some bird like Birdman or some crap like that. And I guess he'd done a couple of videos trying to get Asmongold's attention, and Asmongold finally decided to watch one of his videos. He's like, and the guy is literally being racist as fuck. He's calling them all kinds of names, you know, calling white people white supremacists and all kinds of shit. He's being racist as fuck. But yet he has the goal to call Asmongold racist. It's just ridiculous. He took something he said and twisted it to make it sound like Asmongold was being racist. And Asmongold wasn't being racist. He was just stating some facts. He didn't like this guy didn't like it. He may be black or one of them white liberals. I don't know. He's a black liberal or white liberal. He definitely is one of them. But anyway, he does something that a lot of, mainly black liberal women do this. But he did something that the left does is they'll take historical facts and figures and data or whatever, and they'll twist it to try to fit their narrative and make it seem like they're right and you're the racist and you're wrong, even though they're the ones who are focusing on race and being the racist. Anytime I hear someone start focusing on race, you know, this is, blacks are not the problem, blah, 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 blah. Go fuck yourself. Inner city blacks are a huge problem. People are tired of it. The behavior and the shit. Ain't none of you motherfuckers been a slave. Not one of you. You need to get over that fucking shit. That's not an excuse to be, oh, they're angry because their ancestors were slaves, so they have a right to behave that way. No, fuck you. No, you don't. That's way in the past. Get over it. Act like fucking decent human people. Jesus. Anyways, he's like twisting everything. Oh, black people are still oppressed and it's systemic racism, blah, blah, blah. And all that's been debunked. It's bullshit. It was white people who enslaved black people. No, it wasn't. It was black people in the tribes of Africa. They took other tribes and turned them into slaves. It was black people. And then they took them and gave them to the East Indian Company. Guess what? It was ran by blacks. The slavers were black. Now, did they sell slaves over here or other parts of the world that have white people in it? Yep. But guess who the first slave owners were in America? Black people. Oh my gosh. That's been historically proven. Anyways, my point is, you know, black Americans that live in rural areas, like in the area I live, they don't act like that shit. You see all them videos from the inner city blacks. The black women in the inner city are really bad. Black little women, oh my gosh, they're really bad. They need to nip that shit in the bud, and I blame the parents. But anyways, regardless, I digress. Moving on. This guy wanted to twist all the facts and historical figures that have already proven that, yes, you have a higher crime rate in poor areas. That doesn't mean that all the poor areas are made up of black people. That's so dumb. But he tried to make it like, oh, we've never had opportunity. What the fuck? Affirmative action DEI has helped more non-white citizens than anyone else. Inner city blacks just want handouts. They don't want to work for what they need. That's been proven. So you can complain and whine all you want. Not all blacks are like that. Just mainly the inner city blacks. But anyways, I digress. This guy was an idiot. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Asmongold ripped him a new ass. You should watch that video. Asmongold versus Poop Bird, Shit Bird, Birdman, whatever the fuck he is. He's fucking idiot. What a dumbass. He just kept cussing at him and calling him names and saying, I tore you apart in the last video, blah, 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 which was over an hour long. And he got pissed at Asmon because he wouldn't watch the entire video. And he's like, I'm not watching a fucking over an hour fucking long video and reacting to it. That's too long. I got other stuff to fucking react to, you dumbass. I don't blame him. I don't blame Zach at all. Now, I don't always agree with some of the shit Zach or Asmongold says or states, you know. Sometimes he's pretty out there. But a lot of it I do. It's common sense, you know. But anyways, check that out if you want to. It's a crazy video. This guy goes at great lengths to twist history to fit his narrative. It's so dumb. But anyways, I digress. Moving on, let's talk about what I really want to talk to you about this week. So as I've said before, even if you don't watch the channel regularly, and you've only seen a couple of videos or you don't watch it at all, it only takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't affect you or your channel whatsoever. It just helps this channel grow. So please subscribe. Also, I have another channel. It's called Easy Does It. The link is in the About section. Check it out if you like gaming vlogs and reviews and reactions to other YouTube channels. Okay. Again, subscribe. I just ended up watching Mortal Kombat 2, the new one that just came out. Now, they thought they were going to save this franchise by putting Carl Urban as the main star in this, but they didn't. This movie was basically the Katana movie. So, before I get into it, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear about certain parts of the movie and you haven't seen it and you want to watch it, don't watch the rest of this part of the video. But anyways, okay, Mortal Kombat 2. I played the games up until Mortal Kombat 9. Once I came out with 10 and changed the entire story and made Liu Kang some kind of god or whatever, I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? This is asinine. This is dumb. Like, the story was lamer and shit after 10. So I haven't played anything from 10 on. It just got really dumb. But anyways, I know there was supposed to be some time god who came back and fucked with time and changed it all. The original tournament and shit. I don't know. But it ended up making Liu Kang a god, which is, he's supposed to be dead. So it don't make any sense. But again, I digress with that part. This movie, focuses mainly on Katana. The entire movie. They kind of, in the trailers, they make it seem like it's about Johnny Cage. It's not. He's like a side story. It's all about Katana. Now, is the story right about Katana? For the most part, yeah. That's some of that. That's how it went down. They made Sindel. My biggest complaint was some of the characters did not fit the part. Sindel was terrible. She's supposed to be Asian, but she's not supposed to look like a Thai lady. More like Chinese. She didn't look Chinese in this at all. She looked like a Thai woman. Katana is only half Chinese, or supposedly in the game. Well, she's in Edenia or whatever, but she only looks half Chinese. They made her pretty dark. That's what I'm saying. The skin was all dark, and it's not like that. They're light skinned in the games, in the comics as well. So I don't know what they were doing with that shit. But she didn't bother me. The women, most of the women, Katana, Jade, and Sonya were okay. They were all right. They didn't bother me. They actually made Sonya a better character in this one than the original movies. I didn't care for the original Sonya they had in the movies. This one's not bad. The actress in this ain't bad. She does pretty good as Sonya. Let's see. Almost all the guys I didn't like, except for Carl Urban. I like him. He's a great actor. But I absolutely hated Shang Tsung. I thought Quan Chi was dumber than shit. Liu Kang did not look anything like Liu Kang. That Colt or whatever the fuck his name is, he's not even supposed. He shouldn't even be in the movie. It's a brand new character that nobody knows. And then what's the other one? Jax. Jax wasn't too bad. I liked the guy who played Jax. His character was okay. I didn't mind Jax. Shao Kahn was he was alright. Didn't bother me too much. I liked the way they did Noob Sabai. My only problem was when they did a close-up of his face, it looked weird. Like, it showed his eyes and shit, and it looked like cheesy ass cosplay shit. It looked dumb. But the other part of him, the second one, he looked like a ninja, like Noob Sabai. He was okay. But that first one looked stupid. The guy who plays Scorpion, I like him, so he's okay. He didn't bother me all that much. Although, they neglect to use the original ninja outfits in these new Mortal Kombat movies, and that's dumb. It's retarded. It's not his outfit that they have him in. It's completely different. I don't like it. I want the original Scorpion outfit and Sub-Zero and Reptile. I want the ninja gear from the actual Mortal Kombat, not this stupid shit that they're putting on them. But anyways, like I said, the story all focuses around Katana and her losing her kingdom and trying to get it back. Why is Earth fighting for Edenia? I don't know. It says they're fighting for Earth, but everything's based in Edenia. Now they do have a scene where they got to go to the Nether realm to fight Noob Saibot, but the only scene they showed, They show like a fire pit and them walking around on some pillars or whatever, black rock pillars, and that's supposed to be Netherrealm. That's the only part of the Netherrealm they show, except for when Scorpion's making the illusion of being like in heaven, or his particular heaven or some shit. I don't know. It made no sense. But that's it. Everything else is done in Indenia. So yeah, they do a few scenes at the beginning of Earthrealm. But Raiden looks nothing like Raiden whatsoever. I mean, he doesn't look... I didn't like the guy who played Raiden. He does not look like... And his eyes, they made his eyes look dumber as shit. It looked like they took 2 light bulbs and stuck it in underneath some contacts, fake contacts, and made his eyes glow. It was so dumb. But anyways, yeah. Like I said, this is basically the Katana story. It was kind of lame. You know, they went the feminist route on this. But it was alright. The movie was all... Oh, the worst one? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention him. Baraka. Oh my God. Like, I understand he's got a bunch of rows of teeth. Oversized teeth. But they made it to where it looks so bad. It was terrible looking. In the games, the teeth, they fit together. Okay? In this, it looked like they just took a bunch of white chopsticks, a shit ton of them, and just glued them to this guy's face. And then they made him sound like he was a dumbass. You know? Like he's the goofy sidekick or something. It was supposed to be comical, but it wasn't. It just wasn't funny. The jokes fell flat. It was dumb. Anyways, that's how I felt about this movie. It was better than the first movie they did. That movie was horrible, and I did a review on it. It was really bad. This one, it's not saying much, but it was a little bit better only because it had Carl Urban in it. He makes this movie. Even though the jokes fall flat, it wasn't really funny, and that's not his fault. That's the writer's fault. He tried his best, but he just couldn't pull off those jokes right. Anyways, Mortal Kombat 2, 2 thumbs down. It was terrible. It was not a good movie. You will be disappointed if you're OG Mortal Kombat fan. Okay, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Okay, movie holics, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. This week is Action Week. Now, since I did Mortal Kombat 2, I figured I'd do a couple old martial arts movies, like the old Kung Fu classics, you know, where the acting's terrible. They put sound effects to all the hitting and kicking and shit. And you know what I'm talking about. I love them movies. I love cheesy old kung fu flicks. One last thing about the Mortal Kombat is I did like the way they did the fight scene with Kung Lao and Liu Kang. I just thought that fucking him being dead, it was stupid. But I liked the way they choreographed all the, the way he was throwing his hat and everything. But his hat don't have blades like that in the original games. It's one circular blade. So why they went and put like saw blade, made it a saw blade, I don't know. It was dumb. But I did like the way he fought with it. It was pretty cool. Alright, moving on to your B-movie reviews. I failed to mention that in the earlier part of the video, so I figured I'd mention it now. I didn't like the guy who played Kung Lao either. They could have gotten a better actor to play Kung Lao. Anyways, I went with, I don't know what it was with the 80s, early 80s, late 70s even, but they were obsessed with making ninja movies. I don't get it. It's like, if you look up old ass ninja movies, there's a shit ton of them from the early, late 70s, early 80s. A shit ton. It's crazy. The 90s were all about cyborgs and robots and shit, and then the 70s and 80s, late 70s, early 80s was all about ninjas. I don't know why Hollywood had such an obsession with ninjas. But the first one I watched was something called Ninja American Warrior, and it was done in 1987. It had no box office numbers, obviously, and it started someone named Danny Raisback, and the female lead was Julie Luke, whatever, however you want to pronounce that. But anyways, yeah, this was done like old kung fu style movie, from the early 70s, 80s, The acting's bad. You got cheesy sound effects. Basically, the storyline in this, and don't confuse this with American Ninja, with that, was his name, Mark something. Those movies were really bad. They were terrible. I tried to watch one of them and I just couldn't do it. The acting was atrocious. I just couldn't do it. It was really bad. I didn't want to watch the others. But anyways, yeah, this is a totally different movie. The story basically is, how do I put this? You have these cops. I don't know if they're Hong Kong police or what. I think they are. They're going after this drug cartel. I think they're going after the Triad, or at least one of their bosses. Two of their bosses, actually, if you want to put it that way. There's a female boss, and then there's a male boss who's over her. But she mainly runs everything. He just kind of steps in every now and then, like, so what's going on? Are we getting it done? Blah, blah, blah. That kind of stupid shit. Anyways, there's these two cops. One's named Ricky, and I can't remember who the female is. Supposedly they need help. So they bring in this, I don't know, army vet or some shit who has a buddy who's an army vet with blonde hair, and he's part of the gang or whatever. He runs a different subdivision, you know, of mercenaries running the drugs into them, into the country for them. These triads or whatever the fuck they are. Anyways, the Asian cops are after the triad bosses, and then the American ninja, the white guy, he goes after the other white guy. They were buddies in the Vietnam War or some shit, and the dark-haired one, the good guy, he saved the blonde-haired one's life, and he actually catches him at one point in time, then lets him go. And then the black-haired guy comes back and fucks everything up. Kills him or some shit. It was dumb. And then he doesn't even really help the Asians with the triad bosses. They send this assassin after her who keeps telling her, you got a bounty for your head. It's $1 million and I'm going to get it. So they end up fighting a few times until she eventually kills him. And she eventually captures the other two mob bosses. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. It was okay for what it was. It had some pretty cool fight scenes in it. The only thing that this had yellow and red ninjas in it. It was just crazy. There was like these red and yellow ninjas that were fighting her, the female cop. The only time I think it's believable when a chick is like kicking some ass like that and shit is if she's Asian and she knows martial arts for the most part. I would say the only person that I like I think it's pretty cool when the Asian chick is who actually knows her shit is kicking their ass. But most of the Asians, they're not very tall. Like the Chinese and Japanese. There's a few of them that are tall, but most of them aren't that tall. So it's more believable than it is today when you have all these, feminist, white, liberal women trying to be boss babes. So dumb. There's only one chick I know of that's actually like that. That's believable, and she's a little bitty thing. I can't remember her fucking name. It's the one from the 80s. It's in all the 80s Jackie Chan movies and Sammo Hung's movies. I can't remember. Sandra something. I can't remember. I think it is. I can't remember her name, but she's pretty famous B-rated martial arts star. But she actually trained as a martial artist, so she knows her shit. There's a difference. Anyways, back to the movie. The movie's okay. It's worth a one-time watch. It's not... the fight scenes make it... That's the only reason to watch these type of old kung fu classics. It's the fight scenes. You got some pretty cool fight scenes in it. So I give it thumbs up, thumbs down, just because it's an old conflict. The acting's not great, and the story was okay. I mean, it's typical go after the mob boss, drug dealer shit. But anyways, let's move on to your next one. The second one I watched, again, another ninja movie. It's called Ninja Terminator. And it was done in 1986. And it starred, believe it or not, a white guy named Richard Harrison, and the main female lead was Maria Francesca. Now, this one was weird. It was really weird. They're like mystical ninjas or some shit. At the beginning of the movie, they're showing this ninja clan worshiping this golden warrior idol or whatever. Well, 3 of them decide to steal this idol because the so-called ninja master, it would make him immortal. Like, you couldn't hurt him at all. He was taking a sword and hitting himself with it, stabbing himself, blah 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 at the beginning, and it didn't do anything to him. So they chopped up the statue into 3 little pieces, and each one of them took one. They killed a bunch of the clan members and left. They went to America. They started. It was like I think they went to America. I think it was America. It was definitely a European city for sure. If it wasn't America, I can't remember. I thought it said like somewhere like San Diego or some shit. Anyways, 2 years have passed. These guys run like a police station or some shit. And they have this one police cop that they call, I can't remember what they called him. He has a nickname like Techno or some shit like that. I don't remember. But everybody knows who he is. And they're definitely afraid of him because he can whip some ass. But anyways, he keeps running these errands for him, looking for this girl because one of the ninjas from the ninja clan show up to reclaim the statue for his master, the ninja master. He's a red ninja. One of the white guys, he's a black ninja, and the other white guy, he wears a camouflage ninja suit. I've never seen that before in anything, in a movie or in real life. That's the first time I've seen a camouflage ninja suit. But anyways, the Richard guy, the star. But anyways, Richard and this other white guy, they're the boss of this Techno guy or whatever the hell he's called. And they keep sending him out to find this girl because the red ninja killed their buddy who had the 3rd piece of the idol, which now the red ninja has. The red ninja tries to pit them against each other. They figure it out, and they decide that they're going to kill the red ninja and work together and kill the red ninja. Now each of them has a little bit of the ability to be, they can't be harmed or whatever for a short period of time because they only have a piece of the statue. In order to make it permanent and blah blah blah, they have to have the whole statue together. It has to be in their possession. That's why they broke it apart so the ninja master couldn't get it. You have a bunch of weird fight scenes with this red ninja. Like, the Richard dude with the mustache, blonde guy, he comes walking home and he's whistling. He's wearing plain clothes. And this ninja's waiting on him behind a wall. He goes to swipe at him as he walks by. And Richard disappears. He's not there. And he's all like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden he pops up. And he's standing there in his camouflage ninja suit with a sword. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, it takes like 2 seconds. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's so dumb. But during the fight scene, when they're both fighting the Red Ninja, they're doing all this teleporting crap. Like they'll disappear and reappear somewhere else. I was just like, what the? That's why I say it's like Mystic Ninja shit. They're throwing smoke bombs and all kinds of other shit. They're doing all kinds of weird shit. But eventually the Red Ninja dies. The other White Ninja in the black suit, his partner, I don't know what happens to him. It don't show him. It doesn't show him get killed or anything. He doesn't show up at the end. It's just Richard standing there, and he grabs all the pieces together and walks off. And that's the end of the movie. Like, what the fuck, dude? Where's the other dude? Anyways, I'm assuming he dies or something because it don't show him at the very end. So, again, this is another one where it's a thumbs up, thumbs down. The acting, of course, you know, it's cheesy. The whole, you know, when they're hitting each other, sound effects, shit. The story was okay, but it's not a new story, you know. They gotta stop the evil ninja master, you know. It's just, okay, whatever. And of course, it's always a white guy who's the mystical, cool-ass ninja who kicks everybody's ass. You know, it's 80s shit. Come on. But anyways, like I said, it was okay. It's worth a one-time watch. I like that cheesy shit. The fighting in it was pretty cool. They did some pretty cool fighting in it. There is one thing I want to mention. They're having this funeral or whatever, this brother and sister, and the brother says they're Japanese, okay? This is Japanese shit, ninja shit. This is Japanese, not Chinese. And he says, instead of saying maybe the Yakuza did it, killed their friend or whatever, it was the Triad. And I'm like, the Triad? That's Chinese. That's not Japanese. Don't you mean the Yakuza? That makes no sense. But anyways, I digress. I just thought that was weird. He said Triad instead of Yakuza when it's literally a Japanese movie. I didn't get it. Yeah, samurai and ninja, if you didn't know, that's all Japanese shit. That's not Chinese. Check it out if you want. It's okay for an old kung fu flick. I liked it. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you can think of any underrated, B-rated, any genre movies that you think I may never even seen or heard of, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you be told the truth, and you've just been told.